It's been almost a year since DJI released the DJI Mic 2, and I've been using it quite a lot over the last few months. So here are my thoughts on the good and the bad behind this mic. When this came out, it had some significant problems with not only the audio quality, but also the difference between one and the other receiver. Some of you got mics that were sounding totally different to each other, and there was no real reason for that to happen. Now, after firmware updates, these problems have been solved, thankfully. It was just weird to see DJI product being released without being fully functioning. I've had these for about 7 months right now, and I have to admit that these have been working pretty flawlessly alongside of my Holy Long Lark M2, which is a less conspicuous version of a wireless mic. Now, the sound quality between these two isn't really that significant. When you hear them side by side, and you can look up tons and tons of reviews and comparisons, so I'm not gonna bore you to death with that. For basic use, the Lark M2 is absolutely perfect, especially at that price point. However, we know that there is a new DJI Mic Mini coming out because one of the YouTubers leaked the video a little bit too early. I think Premiere settings didn't work out exactly as she planned, and it looks really, really good. So there will be a DJI version of this mic, just in a smaller package, and I'm guessing without the 32-bit float. Do you need that 32-bit float? And I use that all the time. It's not so much for the float itself, but for the internal recording inside of the device. See, with the 32-bit float, it doesn't really matter if you set your gain too high or too low. It will still pick up everything you want it to pick up, and then you can adjust everything in post. It's like raw footage on your camera. And also, for any reason, if these would lost connection with your camera, you can always recover the audio from the device itself. Now, they do have an internal storage. It's about 14 hours, which is more than enough for pretty much any kind of scenario I can think of. You just have to remember to delete the files of that little dongle before recording again. The maximum distance you can get away from these little guys from your receiver is 820 feet, which is about 250 meters, which is pretty significant, and typically that's much further than I would like to leave my camera anywhere on its own. You have to remember though, this is in an environment that there's no obstacles, because obviously if you're gonna run behind a building, these will cut off. But if they all cut off, again, you can set them to record internally. The big advantage for me is that I can connect these through Bluetooth, not only to DJI devices. I don't own a Pocket 3 because I never had a need really for it. Having said that, I do record a lot of things on my iPhone 15, now 16 Pro, so these connect directly into your iPhone or Android device just through Bluetooth, but I highly recommend using the receiver because the sound quality is actually much better using one of these. Speaking of gain settings, the receiver has built-in profiles for pretty much every single camera that's out there, and I'm guessing as soon as new cameras are going to come out, DJI will come up with a firmware update to cover them as well. But if you've got one of the major ones, between Canon, Sony, Panasonic, and Nikon, if anyone still uses Nikon, this will have you covered. And that means all your settings are being applied through this little device. You don't really have to tinker with gain settings on the receiver itself. There's a lot of talk about active noise cancelling on microphones, and to be fair, I never really use that because the sound comes out pretty robotic, and in most cases you can work out all your little niggles in a post. I just don't trust them to do a really good job, and they're okay. I mean, again, if you look at tons of examples on YouTube, you'll see how effective these are versus the wind or background noise. I just prefer to do this on my own, especially if it's recorded in 32-bit float. That means you've got way more flexibility as to what you want to do with the sound. And a pro tip, if you've got a little tiny bit muffled sound, even after a firmware update, the receiver is by default set up to have a low cut filter on. Switch that off and your audio will become much crisper. Now this is my monster case with a Velcro on top to hold the bloody cable. I know from the new leaked out DJI Mic Mini that this cable is gonna actually fit inside of the new enclosure. I don't know why they didn't do this with the Mic 2s. I mean, where else should this go? I know there's a pouch for it, but dudes, like seriously, this gets massive when you start packing it up. It's basically putting a box inside of the box. I really don't want to use this because, let's be honest, it just adds to the bulk of all the gear you're carrying with you. Can we please have this even slightly bigger if we have to, but just so it fits all the accessories inside. As with most of my videos, this one's also unsponsored. I buy my own gear and I'm pretty much in awe of equipment that kind of works on its own, that doesn't need any tinkering, that you don't have to have any special kind of knowledge to use it to its full potential. And I believe that these are actually very close to that. However, if you're on the budget, that Lark M2 from Holyland is absolutely on point. Have a look at different comparisons of audio between Lark, DJI Mic 2 and Rode. You'd be blown away how good that small mic is. It has its own limitations. It doesn't allow you to record in 32-bit float. There is no internal recording, so if you lose sound somewhere along the way, well, that's it. But it comes in at $139 and that might be a bargain. However, I would probably wait. If you're watching this after 28th of November 24, that mic already came out and I'm not sure how good it's gonna be, but knowing DJI, it should be pretty much on point and the price point is very similar to the Lark M2. So fingers crossed they're not gonna mess that up, and I will see you in the next one.